right now, guys, there's two sectors of real estate that are the most profitable, okay? Two sectors, okay, that you guys can make the most money in. And one of the big things is multifamily affordable, which is now called attainable housing, is one of the number one sectors you guys can make money in. But we're gonna go through about a 2-year compression. How many people can weather a 2-year compression in multifamily and affordable housing? Okay, I should see all hands up. I should see all hands up. How many of you guys would like to be able to have the ability to weather a 2-year recession? Okay, you guys know where you guys make money? You make it in a recession. You don't cash out on the recession, but where you set yourselves up for the rest of your lives is right now. And one of the biggest things that most people don't realize is they sit back and they go, like, how many of you guys 2 years ago were sitting back going, well, the market's at the top end, we're living in a bubble, and I'm just gonna wait till the market softens a little bit to buy real estate. How many people said that? Honestly, how many people said that? Okay, now, how many people are sitting here right now and like, shit, we're at the bottom end of the market, I don't know what's gonna happen, I'm just gonna wait for the market to improve so I can buy real estate. How many people are saying that? 2 people? Well, then what the hell are the rest of you guys saying? Look, guys, you should be buying real estate always. And it doesn't matter what type of market we have. It's not whether you should be buying or where you shouldn't be buying. It's what you shouldn't be buying, how you shouldn't be buying it. And right now, there's going to be so much coming to the market in multifamily and distressed assets that you guys need to pay attention to it, okay? The 2 most profitable areas that you guys need to pay attention to is the upper middle class, which constitutes for 24% of home buyers, okay? Don't focus. If you're doing single family homes, don't focus on the median, okay? Write that down. Don't focus on median home buyers. Focus on the upper 24%. The upper 24% are buying homes in excess of $500,000. If you're in Kerlin, there are people that are buying homes in excess of $800,000, okay? Now, why? Why do we focus on these people? Can anybody tell me why we focus on the upper 24%? Why?
Potentially because it's more movable, because people who are up capabilities to purchase that side of clean, using out multiple streams of income, and people who are buying the like smaller homes are pretty much house broke.
Yeah, they're living month to month, paycheck to paycheck. The upper 24% constitute for the people that are more affluent, okay? They're typically people like our moms and dads, our grandparents, people that have worked a 30-year career, people that are going to have more astute professional jobs that are making upper median incomes, which there's a lot of them here in the Seattle market, yeah. Because what's happened is we're bringing people in from overseas to work, and we're bringing them in with $100,000 buy-ins over here and giving them jobs making in excess of $200,000 a year. With bonuses, these guys can make $250,000, $300,000 a year. These guys can afford to buy an $800,000 home, $1 million home. In fact, here, it's almost a median home here in Seattle, is it not? Yeah. Like, we're building 1,500 square foot homes and we're selling for $1.2 million. You know, the 1,500 square feet guys are small. But how many people are sitting in here are living in homes just like that because it fits the need, right? So when we build homes, you guys want to focus on the upper 24% because cash buyers, now that interest rates are high, have increased by over 16%. It was 14% last month. It just went up to 16% this month of all homes being sold or being purchased by cash buyers, 16% of homes. And the reason why is because money is expensive, okay? Now, when we focus on that upper middle class, that demographic gets hit last. The first demographics that gets hit is the people that are just barely coming into the market and they're new home buyers, or they're the lower median individuals, because they're on average of $500 away from bankruptcy if they have $500 variance their income for over 2 months, okay? That's 74% our entire population, living month-to-month, paycheck to paycheck. And then you're competing with the DR Hortons, the Pulte's, the Lennar Homes, all the big builders. And you don't want to compete with those guys because they're building mass volume. Now, unless you have the desire to go out and build hundreds of homes a year, you don't want to compete with them. We did that. I don't suggest it to anybody because all you're doing is just servicing payroll. And I'll tell you that when we were building 12 homes a year versus 70 homes a year, our net profit was almost exactly the same doing our business model, okay? Because all we were doing is we had a lot of waste, we had a lot of the payroll, and we had to pull a house out of the ground every 2 weeks. If we didn't pull a house out of the ground every 2 weeks, we were gonna go broke. And it was almost weekly that we had to actually get permits and retain them when we were doing that many homes. The best thing that came out in the 2008 recession is that it forced us to downsize, clean up our business model, and get back to the basics, okay? Don't do that. I'll tell you guys, right now, don't scale. Here in Seattle, if you guys do 12 homes a year, you can net $2.5 million take home or more, okay? Because you could walk away with $200 to $400 in profit on every single home. Now, I'd much rather make between $200,000 to $400,000 in profit on every single home than go out there and chase my tail trying to make enough bread to be able to feed payroll, okay? Because that's what you end up doing. And what you do with that money is how many people want to retire, like really retire and really put yourself in a position where you got passive residual income. Every hand should go up, right? Like that's the goal, right? Is to be able to work when you want to. And one of the biggest things that drove me to do this, in 2016, I decided to get into multifamily. And one of the reasons I wanted to get into multifamily is because I started buying multifamily during the 2008 recession. And I started buying a bunch of crappy fourplexes in Phoenix. And they cash flowed. In fact, they cash flowed so well, I had 64 units of fourplexes that I bought in 2 years. And that whole portfolio cost me about $890,000, just shy of $900,000. I had 12 single-family homes. I was buying them, the fourplexes, for between $30,000 and $40,000 per fourplex, and we were buying the single-family homes for between $28,000 and $40,000 per single-family home. They were renting for between $800 and $1,100 per month. Okay? So we weren't getting a ton of high rents like we see today, but they were renting. And when I had retail, it was servicing the debt on the brand new retail centers that we were building. And I recognized it. And I said, shit, if it wasn't for the single family and multifamily homes that we had going, we would have went bankrupt on our retail centers. So what we did is we started repositioning. In 2016, I started buying them. By 2018, I sat back and I saw cap rates going down. Okay, how many people in here don't know what a cap rate is? Be honest, guys. Be honest. Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. Because in 2016, I knew there was a cap rate. I didn't know how the hell to figure it out. I was already worth over $25 million in real estate, and I didn't know how the hell to figure out how to get a cap rate. Okay? So if you guys can get to $25 million in net worth and then figure out what a cap rate is, then we'll talk. All right? So don't worry about that. We'll get you there. Okay? Well, one of the big things is when cap rates, which is the amount of money you make, percentage of money you make if you bought the asset cash. That's what a cap rate is. Okay? Now, cap rates started going down, and I started figuring out what a cap rate was, and values started going way up. And I thought, this is a perfect recipe for a disaster, just like the 2008 recession. So what I started doing was continue to build homes, and I said, you know what, screw this. I'm not going to buy multifamily, I'm going to build it. And so what we ended up doing is we started seeking out land. And the reason why is because the market was climbing so much, we could go buy an asset at a 6% cap rate, or I could build them and get a 15% cap rate. Which one would you prefer? 15% return on your investment or a 6% return on your investment? 15%, right? It's like a no-brainer. So we actually were stabilizing some of it, and that was what we were stabilizing at a cash-out lien finance. We were actually stabilizing these things over a 20% cap rate when we were finished in construction. We have one tomorrow. I got a ribbon cutting tomorrow. If you guys watch my stories on Instagram tomorrow, you guys will see me in Phoenix. Tonight after we're done, I fly to Phoenix, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning with the mayor, and we're doing a ribbon cutting on one of my apartment complexes tomorrow morning. We bought it in the heart of COVID, guys. We sat down at a barbecue restaurant in the middle of COVID when no municipalities needed to get on the phone. We sat down with the planning and zoning department. We sat down with the building and zoning department and planning and development, and we planned this project. We turned dirt on it a year and a half ago. It's done. It's 109 units worth $35 million. We're stabilizing it right now. We do a ribbon cutting on it tomorrow. Let's teach you guys how to go out, create wealth, and keep it, and understand how money really works. And based on the fact that most of you guys in here don't even know what a cap rate is, let's teach you guys the real game of how to strategically go out and position yourself to win in the market by understanding how to just underwrite real estate deals. How many people want to be a part of that? Yeah, okay. That's what Build Wealth is about this year. And that's what we're going to be doing in Las Vegas, Nevada.